Hello gang, welcome back to another video. Today I bring you a little background gameplay with a little talk over the top of it, having now played the Modern Warfare 3 beta, as you see me sliding past somebody there and breaking their ankles. Talking about my experiences with the beta itself and how I feel and what I think needs to be done from this beta, bringing across the Warzone to make sure that we are having a top experience when it comes to the new, let's say, Warzone 3. It would be way easier if it was called Warzone 3. I don't know why they insist on keeping it to just Warzone. They are different. There'll be new stats, there'll be new everything. So I mean, it's Warzone 3. However you look at it, it's Warzone 3. But first and foremost, so I played the beta on Saturday for the first time. I hadn't played it before then. I didn't really have the urge to, and to be honest, multiplayer isn't that great in terms of streaming, at least for me personally, unless you've built your stream around a multiplayer community, which is pretty hard to do unless you're like a top like grinder in the scene, or like CDL Pro or something like that. So I've kind of kept to Warzone, but of course I did still want to play multiplayer. I grew up around multiplayer. For example, Modern Warfare 2 was one of the main ones I put my time in. I started on the original Modern Warfare, COD 4 back in the day. So I've been about the place. You know what I'm saying? I've been playing it for some time. So I did still want to play it, and obviously you kind of need to play it to sort of relearn the mechanics of the sliding and all that sort of stuff. And first things first, my beta experience. I mean, obviously beta is a very limited number of maps. There's a limited number of game modes, limited number of weapons, limited perks. You know the score. It's all limited, but what was limited I still really enjoyed. When I hopped on, of course, being on PC, I had to change an absolute shed ton of settings, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, that's just part of PC life, I guess. It would have been quite nice considering it's all literally directly linked to what I've already got, if it all kind of linked across. I don't know if that's just because it's beta or what, that didn't happen, because I'm pretty sure when the last game released, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I'm pretty sure when the last game released, our stuff and from Warzone 2 Warzone 1 carried into Warzone 2, or the multiplayer, you know what I'm saying anyway, but I'm pretty sure that happened. But when we got into it, I really enjoyed it. Obviously slide cancelling we've had loads of times, so that's nothing new, but it felt smooth. The movement felt so nice coming from what we've got at the moment, across to this. I mean, you'll see in the background sliding around everywhere. You can kind of use it to evade. It's at the point, the movement, where without the bunny hop on top, I kind of thought when it came out, I was like, I don't know. Gross. I don't know if I thought at the time that, oh, why have we not got a bunny hop? Like, we kind of half-assed this. But I would actually argue that I think the movement on this, although you're maybe more limited in terms of what you can do, you can still do a lot. And I would actually argue that it's kind of better like this without the bunny hop, because yeah, the slide cancelling is gimmicky, but the bunny hop on top of the slide cancel was a lot. For especially, I know a lot of the casual players didn't really enjoy that. I mean, I enjoyed hopping around, but it was kind of over the top gimmicky. So it feels in a good place. It's at the point where, yes, you clearly it's dumb in terms of what life looks like, but we need to remember that this is an arcade shooter and you're gonna die and respawn. This is not real life. And I think it's in a good place. I don't know if you would agree with that. Let me know in the comments down below. But I think it's in a good place. And I absolutely cannot wait to use this mechanic in the new Warzone. I'm so excited for that. I think it'll be really, really good. And I'm looking forward to breaking everybody's cameras and getting a shed ton of clips on the new game once it's implemented Warzone in. But what I wanted to talk about first and foremost is what I think personally, having now played the beta, what I would like to see come into Warzone 3 / Warzone, whatever you want to call it. I have mentioned this before. I've mentioned it on stream, which if you're not following my stream, I stream on Kick every single day, and I will be streaming there today. I stream there every single day, Monday to Friday, all day long. and that is the place you'll find me. I'll be streaming Warzone rather than the beta, to be completely honest. I might occasionally touch the beta, but mainly I'll be focused on Warzone just because it's not great for viewership, as I've already mentioned. I'd really appreciate you following. The link to that will be in the description, and it'll be in the pinned comment as well. Please do drop it a follow. I'm really focused on trying to get my CCV up, which is my current concurrent viewership. So the higher views that we've got during the stream, the more chance I've got of getting a partner, and we are touching distance of securing that. So yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Anyway, first things first. Now, sorry, excuse me. I presume you'll remember, but upon game release, we have to have a working and good leaderboard system. Ranked doesn't come out at the start, so if you're a sweaty and you enjoy ranked, it will not come out at the start. So I'm okay with that. We've never had ranked off the rip before. I want a good leaderboard system. When our mats were dropped, we had no leaderboard system. There was nothing really to grind. We had to self-count our wins or base it off of stickers on our guns that showed wins and all this crap. And it just wasn't good. Call of Duty is made for a grinder as far as I'm concerned. People who like their stats, they like to track things, they like to prove themselves and validate themselves versus others. We all do. Like, as much as you want to try and say you don't, you do. Like, if somebody asks you your stats and you've got a lower stat than them, you're looking like a shit top trump card. Do you know what I'm saying? You will be annoyed. So there needs to be a very solid leaderboard system, and it needs to be working instantaneously off the rip. None of this Almasa crap, where it just didn't really track anything at all until certain seasons, and half your wins were missing because it only tracked from, like, I think it was middle of December, and all this rubbish. It has to be there off the rip. Secondly to that, I would like the leaderboard system to be improved and be back to the state of which it was on Blackout. I say improved, we've gone backwards since Black Ops 4. If any of you don't remember, on Blackout, I've mentioned this before, but on Blackout it had a separate leaderboard for solos, duos and quads. There was no trios on that game, but there would be in this. So if we had a separate leaderboard for solos, duos, trios and quads with both kills and wins, so that you can segregate. Again, you can work out if you were top on solos versus duos and all these kind of things. I absolutely loved grinding solos. I play early in the morning on weekdays. There's not many people to play with at that point, and I put a lot of time into solos on that game. And I was number one on solo kills, which I've never mentioned before, ever. And I've never mentioned that 6 months after the game came out, I was so far ahead on Blackout. The 6 months after Warzone 1 came out, that I was still top in the world on kills. I've never mentioned that. It's a fun factor. I love that shit. I live for it. If we're not going to have ranked off the rip, as I said, I would like that, because I want to get to know the game before that comes out and get a good leaderboard grind in. So let's hope that comes out. Secondly, where I'm mentioning ranked, for those that care about ranked, I personally love it. It has made the game so much more competitive for me, and I love that. I love getting into a game with sweaty players and competing against the best. That's part of it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a competitive person and I like it. So there's that. Ranked for me, although I do think trios should 1,000,000% be in, I personally would like to see a solo ranked game mode come out. I think that would be a massive hit. It needs to be completely separate, of course, to the trio one, so it would need a separate leaderboard and separate system. But God, playing ranked sometimes when you need to find a third, or you need to just find teammates in general, is very triggering. And for the most part, I personally think I would rather play a solo ranked setup for a lot of the time, and then play with my mates when they're on. Would be so much better. It saves arguments. It saves, as sad as that sounds, like the amount of like little stupid arguments you have that don't mean anything, but they are annoying. Like all that stuff, I would just love to see a solo ranked setup, and I think for that works better if you're a bronze player or if you're a top 250 player or anything in between. I don't see it making a single bit of difference to what level you are in ranked. I just think that it would be more enjoyable for the masses if you don't have to like proper sweat for teammates, etc., and you can just get on with what you want to do and play some ranks. So I'd like to see that come in. Next thing I would say is the leveling. I could already see in the weapon leveling, this is for both casual sweats, who you name it, in the weapon leveling, I could already see that you need to rank up certain guns to certain points to rank up certain attachments, which is a big L. The ranking system for Warzone 2, having to load up and play and use all these different weapons to get a different attachment from one gun to another, sucks. They've got to get rid of that quickly, in my opinion, before the game drops out. Nobody enjoyed having to use a Lockwood 300 to rank up a sniper, or like all that kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? That's got to go. I don't like that. I would like to see the conventional, you rank up each gun and you just get the attachments from that. That would be better. And as the game ends here, it looks like Sledgehammer have done some fairly quick updates, but of course that's during the beta. Sledgehammer, I hope, live up to the hype, and they continuously update stuff when it needs updating. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Drop it a like, drop it a sub, all that good stuff. Drop me a follow on Kick, please, and I'll see you over there on Kick. Peace.